final leg of our Italian vacation here for our summer block party at the Movie-Club Emporium. And I don't know about you guys, but I've had an absolute blast looking at these wild and crazy Italian horror films. And I thought, what better way to end than with the one that everybody, if you're into this kind of movies, really talks about, because it's been so difficult until recently to see here in the States. And that is 1994's Delamorte Delamore, Cemetery Man. This film is directed by Michele Soave, who we talked about at the very beginning of our tour of Italy with The Church. This is another film he directed. This one is based off of a book written by the creator of the Italian comic Dylan Dog, which, trust me, at some point, I'm going to talk about the movie adaptation of Dylan Dog, because it's kind of a guilty pleasure. But we're not here to do that now, especially if you've read the comic. It's actually, he looks like Rupert Everett. Again, this movie stars Rupert Everett, Anna Fauci as she. And this movie does this amazing thing. It perfectly somehow balances one of the sleaziest movies I've seen with also one of the most existential artistic films I've ever seen. So we meet Rupert, who plays a young man named Delamorte, and he is the keeper, I guess, of this cemetery in this small town. And this cemetery has a problem where after 7 days, the dead rise, and he has to put them back. And it's essentially zombies, but we're not calling them zombies. I think he calls them returners. And yeah, you have to disconnect the fuse box there. And so all the movie kind of, you get some of this, and then when he a funeral happens and he sees this woman, she, the actress, plays several women in the movie, toward the point where you think, is he just seeing this woman? Like, is it all in his head? Because there's so much of this movie that is dream logic and symbolic, and again, like, existential and weird and doesn't make sense, but you're just kind of in it for the ride. Anyway, her husband has died and he is instantly in love with her. But when they decide to, have a go, they do so at his gravesite, which is kind of rude. He arises and she ends up dying. And then the movie kind of has, like, the movie changes stories, because now we have a town mayor and his young daughter, and she is killed in a bus accident. When you can't drive a motorcycle into a bus. Kids, don't do that. And then his weird, like, special helper Nagi falls in love with this young girl, only just her head is severed, so he just wants to marry her zombie head. And then the movie changes gears again, and then the movie changes gears again, and we end up with this weird, like, metaphysical, again, I keep using the word existential, snow globe of an ending without getting too into spoilers. And you are just left wondering, what in the world did I just watch? And it's kind of awesome. Number one, Rupert Everett is great. You can definitely see the similarities between this character and Dylan Dog. Again, we'll talk about Dylan Dog, don't you worry about it. The makeup effects on all the zombies and the gore and stuff. Because not only is there, the zombie stuff, but, like, there's a lot of gore in this movie. You get that Italian gore, man. uh, on like levels of Argento and Fulci. Especially there's a part of the movie where keep things happen in the movie where River Everett is dreaming these scenes where he's going out and murdering people in town, but then like the cops come like, hey, there was these murders in town, but there's no real like connection to it, and then it again. Don't follow the plot of this movie. It's very Lynchian in that way. There's this. He even meets the Grim Reaper a few times, who's this beautiful Guillermo del Toro like giant Reaper skeleton puppet with black angels wings. Absolutely phenomenal. Again, both all the acting is very weird, but it fits the tone of the movie. And again, you get all the sleazes because there's some serious nudity. There's also some serious gore. But also you have the movie's cinematography is absolutely stunning. Like the shadows and everything that's played out through this giant cemetery. Um it's just phenomenal. The movie looks absolutely beautiful, and it's just absolute like drive-in trash, and it walks in both these worlds, and it's amazing for it. Again, like I was saying, it came out here in the early 90s, and it does have a cult following. Even Martin Scorsese is quoted as saying this is the best Italian film in the 90s. But it just never made it over here outside of a bare bones, I think, DVD. You could get some Blu-ray, bootleg Blu-rays. I had a Blu-ray of it that I'd gotten from Spain. That was all regions and played. But again, we're getting into our souvenirs, our final souvenir. Last year, 7 films who, for me, came out of nowhere. Like I'd heard about them, but never really looked at any of their stuff. Came out guns blazing again because they released The Church, The Sect, and Cemetery Man. All 3 of Mikel Suave's movies in these beautiful, stunning sets, and both of those 4Ks, The Sect and The Church, are great. But they went like all in on the Cemetery Man because this is a movie that everybody's wanted if you're into this kind of stuff for a long time. We got this beautiful box set. You get both the movie, which is this beautiful 4K, and you get the Cemetery Man artwork here. You get a booklet going on about the movie, some amazing pictures. You get I think this is a 4-disc set. So you get a 4K Blu-ray and then the score, which the score is not your typical like Italian horror movie score. It's a very ethereal, very beautiful, haunting, and almost melancholy score. But this really put me on to Severin. It's a beautiful set, and this is honestly kind of the idea behind this year's summer block party, was because I want to talk about some of these great releases. Because we talk about more than just movies. I mean, we talk about movies, but I'd like to incorporate more about my love of physical media. I'm a physical media guy. So, it's a stunning transfer. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Again, this is probably the weirdest. In a month full of Italian horror movies, this is definitely the weirdest, but it's also the most beautiful and sleazy and artistic, and just absolutely will blow your mind watching it. So I highly, of all highs, highly recommend getting your hands on Delamorte Delamore, aka Cemetery Man, and check it out. Now, with that, our summer block party comes to an end. It's time to go back home. Oh, we've been gone for a month over here on this beautiful peninsula, riding Vespas, uh, leaving the gun and taking the cannoli. All the other terrible stereotypes, quotes from movies I could quote, but I won't. And it's time to go home and see what's been going on, what we missed while we were away. How did that new Alien movie turn out? I heard there's a new Crow remake. I bet I'm going to have strong feelings about that. Did Kevin Costner get that second part of his long-ass Western release? It's time to find out. So join me in September as we play catch up. And until then, thank you for joining me on this fun Italian holiday. That's what they call it over here. Vacation, they call it holiday. So you know. For this year's summer block party, I had a blast talking about these wild and weird movies. And until next month, September, where we're playing catch up, I will see you guys next time. Ciao. All right, that's the last one, I promise.